You know, Oscar Westerman, who's one of the Silver Spurs, says everyone has a lion and a tiger and a bear, but there's only one Bevo. And, you know, we asked our bear to set a line, a betting line between Bevo and Mike the Tiger, and Bear said Bevo favored by 4.5 points, Reese.
I think that might be right in keeping with what our guest, the Undertaker, would think. You make Bevo the favorite over Mike the Tiger?
I think Bevo proved that last year at the Sugar Bowl when he just about gored.
Oh, boy. That got scary. That got scary.
Hey,
That's good. That was real.
you've got some moves. You against Mike the Tiger. What's the first move if you find yourself in the octagon or the squared circle against Mike? What move you go into?
Simple. Choke slam, tombstone. It's over.
He didn't smile either.
No, he's not kidding around.
Nope, just done. Hey, I ain't messing with that Tiger.
I don't think. What?
I don't know if you want to do that.
You're a huge Texas fan, obviously. Hold on. Well, literally and figuratively, a huge Texas fan. What would a win tonight in this game on this stage mean for the Longhorns?
Man, you know, there's always the conversation every year. Is Texas back? I tell you what, when Texas wins tonight against the mighty SEC, I think people are going to know that Texas is back.
But talking to you, you've been a fan of Texas for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Besides just pulling for him, what do you see that feels different right now with Tom Herman and getting this program where it is?
Yeah, you know, every year, you know, you talk about the culture, and
Yeah.
I tell you what, they invited me out his first year here. I came out and I saw what he was doing, and I was like, yeah, this is our guy.
Yeah.
He was changing everything that they were doing, the work. These guys, when I came back to practice a couple of weeks ago, I saw a bunch of boys a couple of years ago. I'm telling you what, right now, there's a bunch of grown men.
That's great.
And tonight, they're going to slap some heads. I promise you that.
So you're talking about you saw them fill out, you saw them develop. What did you see? Are you saying that there's a different change? It's a different team.
There's just a meanness, you know.
A little anger, a little edge?
There's a lot of edge. I know they've been, you know, during practice they were tired of hitting each other. The guys they're bigger, they're stronger. They just got that nastiness. There's a bunch of big nasties ready to get it on, man.
What would you do if I slapped you right now?
You don't want to do that.
Wait, okay, well, there might be somebody else.
You got a whole day to work. You don't want to do that.
Oh, look at this.
You saw this sign. He brought it. What? This man right here. Show this man right here.
Yeah. Show him. It's his fault.
What do you think of him, Taker?
Horns down. Take care of that for us. Take care of that for us. All right,
You
now.
gonna take care of him?
Yeah, what do you think of that sign?
Yeah, you can put up with that?
No.
Hey, we've got a UFC fight tonight. Nurmagomedov and Poirier. You going to watch that?
I'm definitely going to watch it. You know what? I'm pulling for Poirier, but I tell you what, Khabib's a beast.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if Poirier can stay at distance, stay on his feet, avoid that takedown, he's got a chance. But otherwise, I tell you what, Khabib, it's like Ric Flair. You know what? He's the man, and until you beat the man, he's an animal. He is just a different kind of cat.
Taker,
Take
you
your
are the
sign.
man.
No, thank you, guys.
Take care of that sign.
Appreciate it,
Check
brother.
out that UFC fight this afternoon starting at 2 Eastern. The Undertaker. Top quarterbacks in all of today's games. Going to hear from Sam Ehlinger, Trevor Lawrence. Oh, Trevor Lawrence on the basketball court. Also, Joe Burrow. Shelley Smith has just an incredible story of USC offensive lineman Austin Jackson and how he saved his sister's life. Tigers or Horns? Which way is LC going? Headgear coming up with McConaughey by his side. It's just around the corner as we get ready to kick off and blast off with a college football Saturday. Bevo likes heat. We might have jumped a little bit. I think he weighs like 1,800 pounds. Oh, huge. How about this ABC triple header that you got? Bearcats at Buckeyes. Fickle coming in. Then A&M and Clemson at 3:30 Eastern, the nightcap. This one here with the Bayou Bengals and the Longhorns. You can see it all on the ESPN app. What a triple header it is. These fans, they have a whole festival here that will start as soon as game day ends. Live music, food trucks. It is a different vibe here in Austin right now, but there are also places where the vibe is not so good after week one.
I just have to say this.
Go ahead.
We stood out there with the Undertaker for all of 3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
I melted. and that heat, these people deserve bonus points for standing out there in that heat.
Absolutely.
God bless you. For standing there. And when I look to my right, and I usually look at Dez, because I'm sweating all the time. It can be 58. I'm a little uncomfortable. I like it. Got the AC still going. I look to my right. I see David Pollock sweating. I know that I'm just gonna head out. I'm done.
Tap out, huh?
I'm done.
Just tap out.
Oh boy. Yeah. You all right, kid?
Maybe we should come up out these jackets at some point.
Yeah,
you know?
it's gonna
my gosh.
It's gonna be 100 degrees at kickoff.
Is that
tonight.
right?
It was hot in Tallahassee last Saturday.
Yeah.
Willie Taggart questioned whether the Seminoles were properly hydrated before that loss to Boise State. But you have Florida State and Tennessee. You think about week one overreactions or some reactions that might be justified. Both Florida State and Tennessee fell and fell hard. Who's in more trouble, David?
I tell you what, Tennessee was quick to make fun of their old coach and the brick by brick and the 5-star heart or the heart, all that stuff. Hearted champions, all that stuff. If I'm a Tennessee fan, I'm really disturbed at what I saw last week. Running guys on the field, last second, 11th defender, and then they run a touchdown run, and guys in the wrong gaps lining up. I'm pretty concerned about what I saw. That has to be fixed. So Tennessee fans losing to Georgia State was worse for me.
Well, Tennessee has a tougher schedule than Florida State.
Yeah.
But Florida State had an excuse their first game. They got beat by the Heat. The game was in Tallahassee, Florida, their hometown, and they got beat by Heat. Figure that one out. I got to figure it out.
Willie Taggart's one of the great gentlemen in the business. We all cheer for him. All love to see it. He's trying to steer the Titanic there.
Oh,
the apathy that right now is at Tallahassee, the crowd, the players. There's no mental toughness right now. There's no heart. There's no fight. He's trying to get everybody to pull, and he might have one or two. This team is appearing to be as a front runner, talking trash to Boise State when they're up 21-3. First sign of trouble, they're finger pointing. That is a big problem that Willie Taggart has there. It was there last year. We heard about the entire offseason. We're going in a better direction, and we see the exact same junk from them week one. So I think a bigger issue in Tallahassee. With all due respect.
We'll see. The long season.
I tell you what, if Tennessee doesn't win today, though, they're looking at starting off the season 1-6. Because then they have Chattanooga, but after that they have to travel and play Florida. They got Georgia, Mississippi State, and they have to travel and play Alabama. That's a 1-6 start. So today is crucial for Tennessee.
And today's BYU, who if not for some turnovers, might have given Utah some run.
Yeah,
I got to tell you, I think
Tennessee,
it was a bad day to start. I mean, that had that boat in the Volunteer Navy that sunk before the game started, caught on fire and sunk to the bottom of the river. We look at these group of 5 teams. Boise State beat Florida State. Who's the best group of 5 team? Is it Boise State? Is it UCF?
I think UCF, because I live in Orlando, Florida. Enough said.
Oh, man.
I think neither, by the way.
I agree with you.
I'll take Cincinnati.
Me too.
If you're going to give me the group of 5, I won't take either one of those. I think Cincinnati's got what it takes.
I like Cincy, and I like when they're going to play UCF October 4th. So I got UCF right now because Brandon Wimbush at the quarterback position, but I do like Luke Fickell in Cincinnati.
Yeah, Luke Fickell in Cincinnati. Big game today, of course, with Ohio State at noon on ABC. I still think Boise. I was so impressed with Hank Bachmeier and the way they played down in the heat and humidity. It could not have gone any worse. We just talked about how bad it was for Florida State, but how good it was for Boise State to get that win. I know last night, they didn't look dominant against Marshall, but there's a lot to like on that football team. And if you look at their schedule, it's going to require an upset to knock off Boise State.
Let me give you another week one potential overreaction. Have a look at these numbers. Not Kyler Murray, not Baker Mayfield, not Sam Bradford, not Jason White. None of them, Heisman Trophy winners all, had a debut like Jalen Hurts did. Hurts plays South Dakota today. They're going to put up big numbers again. Is he the front runner for the Heisman Trophy?
Well, first let me just say this. I'm 1,000% convinced. We could give Lincoln Riley one spring practice and a summer camp with the Bear and put him in that offense, and the Bear would have a shot at being all conference in the Big 12. I'm convinced. So when you put that system of Lincoln Riley, who's cutting edge, with a talented player like Jalen Hurts, And by the way, the determination, hey, congratulations. No, I don't want to hear anything about that. We got a lot of, he means that. That's that Alabama attitude coming over into Lincoln or into Norman. I think he's the front runner. And you imagine the numbers he's going to put up against that schedule? Yeah, he's got to be the front runner right now. They love him.
Yeah, but it's too early to talk about it.
He just asked me a question.
The Alabama.
He asked me the question.
You sort of didn't answer it for a long time.
Yes.
Hey, you front runner? Could you say I don't have a front runner? Because you're not buying the hype. I mean, it was against Houston. Houston's defense was the 119th scoring defense a year ago.
Bro, he's going to put up
numbers. He is.
And they're going to
can't get caught up in the numbers game.
I know,
but can't get caught up in that.
But I mean,
I like Travis Etienne and what he did that night.
Too early.
He was incredible. So I like Travis Etienne.
Yeah, Etienne, more yards per play when he runs than when Trevor Lawrence passes since the start of last year. Another thing that we looked at last week, Pac-12, how important was it for Oregon to beat Auburn to stay in the playoff? Well, they blew a 21-6 lead in the third quarter. Bo Nix, the hero, to Seth Williams. And the Ducks lost that marquee game. Now, don't forget Georgia transfer Jacob Eason. Put up big numbers in the start against Eastern Washington. He's got a really stout defense, and Cal coming today. JT Daniels of USC lost for the season with a knee injury. Trojans are going to play a freshman now when they play Stanford, so there are problems in the Pac-12. Pac-12 done in terms of playoff consideration? What do you think, Des?
I like Washington. I like Jacob Eason. I like what he brings to the offense. He's going to allow Coach Peterson an opportunity now to open up that offense. Watch what they do against Cal today. I think Washington might have an outside chance. I know you guys love
it's Utah. Too early.
Yeah.
They played Eastern Washington. It was like that was a 7-on-7 scrimmage.
You just said the man asked me a question. You just said that.
Hey, they play. Cal will be a great test, though.
Yeah.
Cal will be. And Jacob Eason, I want to see him under some pressure, but
today
they're not. Absolutely, the Pac-12 is not out of the playoff. Utah and Washington very much are still very alive. Utah doesn't play Oregon. I mean, that helps. Obviously, down the road, it's easier schedule, but no, they're not out of it by any stretch of the
Don't forget Utah, one of my Final Four
right,
teams.
Sweetheart.
Huh?
Yeah.
Come on,
Utah's got Northern Illinois today, and they struggled mightily with them last year. Do you agree with this, Bear? Pac-12? Done?
No, not at all. Look at a couple of years ago. Washington didn't play Seoul in the non-conference and lost to the best team they played and wound up in the playoff. Washington run the table, or Utah, Oregon, any of those teams, still way a huge overreaction to just write that conference up right now.
Yeah. I think we all agree.
But I think you could write off Oregon to an extent. I think that if you're a one-loss,
what if they win out?
Here's the thing: if you're a one-loss Pac-12 champion and you're going against every other conference in college football, I think you're going to lose a debate with a one-loss argument.
But they should be rewarded for being willing to take a chance, leading and controlling most of that game, and they end up running the table. If I were on that committee, I would really be willing to give them the benefit of the doubt if they were to run the table and win the Pac-12, because they went all the way to Dallas and played Auburn. I mean, they deserve bonus points for that, even though they lost that game, in my opinion.
I just don't think they look at it like that. But I agree. They should. I agree.
Last week, Hugh Freeze of Liberty against Syracuse coached from a hospital bed.
Yep.
Now we're looking at something different. Yeah. Liberty going to Louisiana Lafayette and still making sure Hugh's able to do this. They're calling it a medical chair, not a dental chair. This baby weighs 600 pounds and retails for more than $5,000. Wow. You got it all set up there for Liberty.
I know a dental chair when I see a dental chair.
Yeah. Not a fan?
Not medical chair. Dental chair.
Right. You didn't move it there. If it weighs that much.
He's doing the most. They're doing the most right now.
Hey, we hope Hugh continues to feel better as we check in with Chef Casey Studdard. How about that name? Whitfield's Restaurant, the Home Depot Game Day Tailgate. They're cooking up traditional Texas barbecue, brisket, pulled pork, bacon wrapped quail, pickled strawberries. Oh, look at this. Here's Coke Zero Sugar counts us down to kickoff. That is Ryan Helensky, the brother of the late Tyler Helensky, will start for South Carolina today against Charleston Southern, hugging his mom, Kim. His parents have moved to South Carolina. Jake Bentley being injured. Ryan is going to make his first career start. Wears number 3 to honor his family and also in memory of his brother who died by suicide a little over a year ago. We'll be watching Ryan Helensky make his debut today, and Coke Zero Sugar counting us down to kickoff at Maryland. Syracuse and the Terps. Dino Babers in his 4th season, trying to get things going, make sure they don't step in it, or they have Clemson coming next week. And still to come on College Game Day, LSU's offense, not just Coach O now, they've got an O. And the Minister of Culture at the University of Texas, Matthew McConaughey, is our celebrity guest picker. He's been pumping up the horns.
You're satisfied with being very good. You're kind of renting that idea, right? But if you're only satisfied with being 100% committed, you're owning it.
Matthew will join us in a little bit, and for fans at home, stay tuned. More Pizza Hut Game Day traditions later in the show.